Here we go. It's 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night, and that can mean only one thing. It's Eat My Goal Premier League. It's Mike and Dan here for half hour of chat, fun, quiz about the Premier League. And actually, this week is the Premier League, and we're going to talk about the Carabao Cup final as well. If you are watching, you can get involved by chatting in the chat to us, chat amongst yourselves, send us comments, send us tips on how to be better people. But this week, what we are going to talk about is there was two big games this week at the top of the table with Arsenal, Man City playing each other, and then playing, they're kind of swapping places over the last few days. And at the bottom of the table, it seemed like Southampton obviously won away at Chelsea. We'll talk about what's going on with Chelsea at the moment. But the silver lining to that is that everybody else seemed to win as well. So they didn't really gain much ground on anyone apart from Leeds and maybe a little bit on Wolves. But that's a shame for them, isn't it? Real shame. We will talk about Chelsea, and we'll also look at the Carabao Cup final as well. But let's start, Dan, with the Man City Arsenal game. Did you watch the game?
On and off. I had a bet on the score, didn't I? So I didn't want to influence it by watching it too much.
What did you have on it?
I had City 3-1, didn't I? Don't you remember?
Oh, of course you did. Yes, you did.
No, I told you, didn't I? Yeah, always tell you about my winning. Always tell you about my winning bets. Don't
say about the thousands that you lose every other week. Nice. Did well. What do you think of the? Obviously the result was very favourable to City, but the performance overall.
Well, I think it was one of Arsenal's poorest performances, wasn't it? This season. So they sort of picked the wrong game to do it in. But Man City didn't have to be brilliant to win, but they did enough, didn't they?
Didn't they have? I can't remember exactly what the stats was, but it's something like they only had 30% possession, which for City, I think it's 36% possession, which for City is almost unheard of in the last kind of 6 years, isn't it? Yeah. Which kind of shows that Arsenal are using the blueprint of City. But I agree. I think Arsenal shaded the first half, I think, but City were much better after the break, weren't they? Don't know, just Arsenal seemed to lose their heads. And I did think, if I'm perfectly honest with you, at that point, I thought, well, here we go. Well, this is now City's to win, isn't it? And then what happens at the weekend? Arsenal, I didn't watch this game, if I'm honest with you, but I was out and about, but I was watching the score. And did they deserve to win? Because it seemed like
they did well. They did well. Aston Villa were all right first half. But Arsenal were pretty good, and just were patient. Got a bit of luck with the third goal.
Yeah, but sometimes you create your own luck, don't you? Because it was a pretty good shot in the first place, wasn't it?
But it was off. Who's the goalie? Martinez,
your fave.
So he's due one, isn't he?
He's due on. So two things on the end of that game, which have caused a little bit of not necessarily controversy, but obviously Martinez came up for the corner at 3-2 down. You can kind of understand that, can't you?
Yeah, but then did you see the interview with? Good evening.
With
Good
evening. Unai.
Yeah.
Good evening. He wasn't happy, was he?
Well, I don't know what he was saying, to be honest. I was trying to work out what he was saying, but I don't think he was happy. No, I think he was saying that he didn't tell him to go up, but he did it anyway.
I think that was the gist. The gist of it. That was very much the gist of it. And so he basically said he needs to learn from these situations. And he mentioned something about the stats of the amount of times goalkeepers go up and actually score compared to how many goals they concede by going up.
He needs to learn from these situations. The young upcoming goalkeeper,
30-year-old.
Yeah,
he does. The other bit of controversy, I suppose, from that which isn't massively controversial, but is Martinelli then celebrating before he puts it in the net? How do you feel about?
Do it. Barkley did it, didn't he? A couple of years ago when he. Do you remember Ross Barkley doing
it? Yeah, I do.
No, he was on the edge of the box, wasn't he? When he was running it in. You can do that.
Who did Barkley do it for? Was Barkley playing for Everton or Chelsea at the time?
Everton.
Because if he was playing for Everton, it's a massively different situation, isn't it?
Yeah, because it was at Everton as well, wasn't it? It was at Goodison Park.
Right, yeah. So, I can understand it with Martinelli. Ultimately, they're going back to the top of the league.
Yeah, well, people moaning about it. I didn't see anyone.
There's a few people saying it's a bit arrogant, but...
Oh, well, I didn't think it was that bad, was it? It wasn't... he just put his arms out very briefly and then thought, shit, I best actually put the ball in,
Yeah.
But
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what did you think of City? City should have obviously spanked Forest, who I was a bit... Not so much the fact that they signed him, but more the fact that he went there was Navas. But Navas, in the couple of games he's played for Forest, has actually looked pretty decent goalkeeper, isn't he? I know he is obviously come from PSG and Madrid and whatever, but he's quite old now, isn't he? He must be late 30s, and he actually kept them in that game, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, didn't they only wasn't that their only shot, Forest or something?
Yes,
yeah. Their equaliser, their only shot on target. Excuse.
Yeah. I quite like it. I think it does change the dynamic in the title race again, because I do think that after the Arsenal game, because obviously they've still got to play each other again at City. I thought that's it. City are going to romp it now. Not necessarily romp it, but kind of win it by maybe 5 points or so.
Yeah.
But it opens it back up, doesn't it? It does open it back up.
Yeah.
And on the title race, do you think Man United should be part of that?
Well, what are they? They're what? How many points behind Arsenal?
They're 5 off Arsenal, 3 off City.
And is that with Arsenal having a game in hand still? Or...
Arsenal still got a game in hand, yeah. So if Arsenal win that, they're 8 ahead of United. Still a lot of games to play. There's still 15 to play, so there's a lot of points to play for. I was looking. I think it will be interesting next year because one thing with United, I personally don't think they will. I think third is where they will stay. Did you hear that? It's not my microphone over. That's good, isn't it? Third is where they'll stay, but I think when you look at, obviously they had a disastrous start losing to Brighton and Brentford in the opening 2 games. But if you look at from the 2 games onwards, if those 2 games, if the league had started after those 2 games, Man United would currently be top of the league by a point.
Interesting.
Because both City and Arsenal won their first 2 games.
How many games they lost since then? Or how many games have they lost then?
3 since then.
Oh, blimey.
Crucially, I think obviously losing to Arsenal is the one that I think had they not, then they could be considered in the race. But I think that's the one that's lost it for them.
They're true. But they're doing all right, aren't they? They're looking all right.
They look much better. Yeah, and I thought Christian Eriksen might be a big loss for them, but actually they seem to still be grinding out the results. What's your thoughts on Rashford, who's obviously being lauded at the moment? Rightfully so. Well, obviously rightfully so. His form is incredible, isn't it? But
yes.
Rightfully so. 16 and 17 games.
Yeah, no, he's had a very good season, hasn't he?
Yeah,
especially again since the World Cup. I
thought he was good in the World Cup as well. Actually, I was quite surprised he didn't play in that game against France or even come on to the very latter stages. But in Gareth we trust, I guess.
Yes.
What do you think, people who are watching at home or listening? What do you think of Rashford's form or the title race? Who's going to win? Let's give us an answer on that. Who's going to win the league? Arsenal, Man City, or are United going to make a late run? Don't think they are, but they are in the cup final this weekend against Newcastle. What's your thoughts on that, Dan?
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait. I think it's Newcastle's first big cup final since they last played. Did they last play United in '99? They had 2 back-to-backs, and they played Arsenal and Man United. When Arsenal and Man United were both really good.
In the FA Cup, that wasn't it?
In the FA Cup, sorry, yeah. Yeah. Back in the
yeah,
Shearer days.
That's their last big fight. Yeah, it probably is, isn't it? It's probably that.
I think so.
Is that a fact? You're telling me that, or?
Oh no, I'm asking whether it is.
Yeah,
I
think,
haven't.
Yeah, I think so. Well, they've had a bit of a dip, haven't they?
I don't know that.
Oh, hello.
Thanks for the input. I won't say the name, but yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. So yeah, as has rightly been pointed out, Karius is obviously in goal for Newcastle this weekend. Yeah. Is that his Newcastle debut? Will that be his debut? I can't remember him playing for Newcastle this season, but has he? Anyone know at home? But let us know. But
did you see Eddie Howe thought the sending off was harsh at the weekend?
Did he? Yeah. You're really trying to. You're really trying to clutch at straws there, aren't you? When he just didn't know what he. What I just don't know what he was trying to. Firstly, why is he trying to header it? Why is he's like 8'6"? Why is he trying to header the ball down there? And then clearly he's just completely misjudged it, hasn't he, initially? And then for some reason he's trying to head it and he's just reached out and grabbed it.
Yeah, harsh. Very harsh.
It is harsh, yeah. I'm surprised VAR got it right though. I'm surprised they didn't. It is Karius' debut. Yeah, it is his debut. Yeah. So you knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Didn't get that from the chat. Well, maybe it will be his redemption. I don't know. I if I was a Newcastle fan, I wouldn't be full of optimism. They're also on a bit of a dip of form, aren't they? Obviously, they lost to Liverpool at the weekend. That is only their second loss in the league.
Well, yeah,
but they've drawn a couple before that. They don't seem to be getting a lot of goals lately either. So I'd be a little. I don't know. I think United will nick it. I think it'll be tight. I don't think it'll be a great game, if I'm honest with you.
No. I agree. I think at the minute, Man United will win. I think they'll win 2-0.
2-0. We're going 2-0. I'll go on pens after 0-0.
Excellent.
All right. So, did you watch Southampton Chelsea at the weekend?
No.
Chelsea.
I got up to that on Match of the Day. I watched Arsenal Villa.
Yeah.
And then it was City Forest. And then the third game came on. I thought, I might as well stay up and watch it. And it was like Southampton travelled to Chelsea. And I was like, bye-bye.
Night.
Turn that off. Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't watch it. I haven't even seen the goal or anything.
Yeah, it was. Well, the goal. What was the goal? It was Ward-Prowse, wasn't it? Was it a pen? Do you know, I can't even remember the game. I actually watched it, but I can't even remember the goal now.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was either a penalty or a free kick. Might even have been I don't know. This is where you come for your insights about Premier League football.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about games from months and years ago. We're talking about games from a few days ago. I can't even remember it. Oh dear. Anyway, Southampton won, but so did Everton, beating Leeds. And who the other team down there that won as well? Bournemouth won as well. So Southampton are still very much in the mix for.
Yeah, it's a real shame. Real shame for them. With all the other teams won.
Did you see the Potter interview after the game?
The who? Sorry.
Graham Potter's interview after the game.
No, I've read something about it though. Him saying something about the personnel. What was he saying? Something about
he said they were playing to get this. So firstly, they were playing against a very well organised Southampton team. Well, this is the Southampton team who, under Nathan Jones, had lost 9 out of their 14 games when he was there. They now don't have a manager currently, and they're bottom of the league. But they're a very well organised Southampton team, and they're also playing at Stamford Bridge. So those are a few factors. But also, bearing in mind, they've basically played Football Manager over the summer and the 2 transfer windows and bought anyone that they could do that is available. He felt that some of the players he had to make more changes than he would have liked to, and they weren't necessarily prepared. Didn't have enough time to prepare for a game against the bottom of the league team at home.
Okay.
It's almost like basically saying, yeah, I've taken this job. I don't really know why I've taken it. It isn't quite what I thought it was going to be. Please just sack me. Please just.
It's not
just
as
get
easy
me
as
out
I
of
thought
here.
it would be. Yeah, I thought it'd be really easy because I was doing really well at Brighton. So I thought I'd just come in and just be exactly the same, but with better players.
Much better players. But it was a little bit like Nathan Jones' interview where he just kind of basically said, where he threw himself under the bus, really, didn't he? He threw himself under the bus and just said, look, I'm a little bit out of my depth, although he didn't put it in that way. That's how I felt Potter was kind of was saying. He just seemed a little bit rabbit in the headlights. Just seemed I can't see how he can last the season.
No. Well, I think we said that before, didn't we? That I thought he'd probably get to the end of the season, but now I think maybe not.
If they start dropping, this is another thing I read is that also Tom Boy, whatever his name is, allegedly thinks that Chelsea automatically qualify for the Champions League, which obviously is going to be a shock to him when he realises that they don't. If he doesn't already know, but allegedly that was one of the things because they obviously spent a huge amount of money. What did they spend? Like 500 million or 400 million or whatever. And Boy was kind of asked about how they're going to recoup that money and and balance it off about fair play and the old financial fair play. And allegedly said, well, obviously we've got the Champions League money for next season. Well, not when you're 10th, you don't, mate. You've got to jump yourself up that league a little bit. And I don't even think they're going to get into Europe, let alone Champions League.
He doesn't know how it works, does he?
He doesn't get it. No.
Yeah.
Obviously, he thinks it's like American sports.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we think is Southampton's still going to go down?
Yeah. Unless they go on a big run, in which they're capable of doing, beating the top teams. But it just depends how the teams around them carry on going. I notice Leeds are still. Sorry to bring betting back into it, but Leeds are still above evens, 11-10 to be relegated, and I thought that's really good odds. And I was thinking of sticking £1 on them to get relegated.
11-10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to be relegated, and they're second from bottom, and they're what's the word? Results. Have been dreadful for quite a long time. When you look at their,
they have just appointed the former Watford manager Javi Garcia. Don't really know if he's the one to keep him up. Who knows? Watford managers are kind of 10 a penny, aren't they? You know what I mean? There's many going, former Watford managers, many going around, but we shall see. We shall see. All right. Well, let's. Should we do a little quiz? Do a little quiz.
Yeah. Let's do a quiz.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He loves a quiz. Do you want to go first? Let me go first.
What, read to you or you to me?
I'll tell you what, we do it penalty shootout style. Like
we do penalty shootout style.
And we'll get through this despite your clear chest infection, pneumonia, whatever it is.
We're on the 6th week now, I think.
If you know the answers, by the way, don't put them in the chat because I know what he's like. He'll be like, I don't see. I've got it. Yeah. But play along, but play along in your head, or play along amongst yourself.
Sorry, you're saying that I'm the one that's going to cheat.
Yeah.
Am I not the one who's winning?
8-5, isn't it? 8-5. All right, so you're going to go first then. Mine is mine is Man United and Newcastle United linked. So and it's multiple choice.
Okay, well I've just got 5 random football questions, similar to the fun football facts that I gave you a couple of weeks ago. But I'm going to give you a choice of 2 answers. So you got a good chance of getting by that part here. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Right. So question number 1. Who is the only player to have scored hat-tricks in the Premier League, all 3 divisions of the English Football League, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and his country? And I can give you a choice of 2.
Oh, yeah, okay, go on.
Is it Rob Earnshaw or David Healy?
It's Rob Earnshaw. And I wouldn't have got that without the multiple choice, but as soon as you said his name, I knew it.
It's correct.
Yes, like it. Rob Earnshaw used to love his little celebration, didn't he?
Oh, what, the little somersault?
Little somersault, yeah.
Yeah. I love anything Welsh.
Okay, right. The first one for you is linked to both Manchester United and Newcastle United. It kicks off with, in his 6 seasons at Newcastle, how many Premier League goals did Nicky Butt score? Did he score 5? Are you laughing at his name?
Yeah.
Did he score 5? Did he score 10? Or did he score 1? Sorry, in 6 seasons at Newcastle, how many Premier League goals did Nicky Butt score? 5, 10, or 1?
Well, it's not. I don't think it's 10. I thought it was going to be low, and I'm going to go with 1.
It's 5. Unlucky. Okay, takes the lead into the next one.
Okay,
right. Go for it.
All right. In 1975, Manchester United goalkeeper Alex Stepney dislocated his jaw whilst doing what? Shouting at his defenders or drinking from his water bottle?
I'm going to go shouting at his defenders.
Oh, fuck off. Oh. Is that an immediate
2 out of 2, yeah?
Yeah, 2 out of 2.
No, I think we might be all right at 9:30. I don't know. I think we might be okay. Okay, so here we go. In 2003, Luke Chadwick left Manchester United to join which club? Was it Stoke City, Burnley, or West Ham? Luke Chadwick. Who did he leave Manchester United to join? He played, by the way, for all 3 of those later in his career.
Yeah, I know. That's
leaving.
Confusing me.
But which one was first?
Yeah. I'm going to say, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Stoke.
What do we always say, Dan? What do we always say?
Go with your
first.
Burnley, isn't it?
No, it's Burnley. It is Burnley.
Why change?
Why change indeed?
Right, here we go.
What do we think? Should I give him that? No, I shouldn't.
No, you got it wrong. No.
Right, go on.
Okay, what was the name of the hospital David Beckham was born in? Was it Whips Cross Hospital or Tops Corner Hospital?
What was the first one? Whips Cross.
Whips Cross, yeah.
Well, the fact that that's an actual hospital, we'll go with that one.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Rather than top score. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. Portsmouth legend and former Newcastle United striker Mickey Quinn bagged a number of goals for Newcastle between 89 to 92.
Correct.
But which club gave him his first pro contract in 1979? Was it Derby County, Stockport County, or Wigan Athletic?
Oh, piss off, Mike. It was Stockport.
It wasn't Stockport. It was Wigan. Oh, Dan.
I saw him on Christmas Day, Mick Quinn.
Did you?
Jogging on Christmas Day.
Mick Quinn.
In Waterlooville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Didn't know you lived around the area still.
This was in 1988.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that part. I forgot there's been more than one Christmas Day. Yeah. Sorry, Christmas Day 1988.
was going to say, I don't think he does much jogging nowadays.
Yeah.
Right,
here we go then. So
it's
I'm
all
playing for
immaterial,
Pride.
but yeah.
I'm playing for Pride. Right, here we go. Nemanja Vidic is the only Premier League winner with what? A surname made entirely of Roman numerals or a toe missing on each foot?
Oh, the first one's a great stat. It's got to be the Roman numerals, isn't it?
You'd think, wouldn't you? He doesn't have a toe missing, is he? He's a Premier League champion on each foot.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Roman numerals.
It's correct. He hasn't got a toe missing on each foot.
Is that an actual fact? He's the only one.
He's the only Premier League winner with a surname made entirely of Roman numerals, apparently.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay, so next for you is after his ill-fated time at Manchester United in the 99-00 season, goalkeeper Massimo Taibi returned to Italy with which club? Was it Venezia, Regina, or Piacenza?
It was Venezia.
It was Regina.
I only said that because I thought, why would he put Venezia in when he doesn't even like pronouncing it? So
he joined Man United from Venezia.
Oh yeah, I thought so.
You knew there was a link, didn't you? Knew there was a link.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, no, you're next.
Right, here we go. This is for the clean sweep, and you will get the clean sweep.
Okay.
Dundee United have a 100% record played for, won for against which team? Barcelona or Manchester United?
I do remember watching a couple of Dundee United European games back in the 80s and them winning, I seem to recall. Obviously, back in the days when Aberdeen beat Real Madrid in the whatever cup final it was. So we're on the clock. I'm going to say Manchester United.
It's Barcelona. Shit, you only got 4 out of 5.
All right, here's your final one then. So another Pompey legend, Jim Smith, managed.
Oh, sorry, have I got one right yet? I haven't got any right yet. Have I?
You're on 0, but at least it's not multiple choice. Jim Smith managed Newcastle between 88 and 91. But what was their highest league finish under Smith? Was it 3rd in the 2nd tier, Division 2, 17th in the 1st tier, Division 1, or 20th in the 1st tier, Division 1?
I'm sorry. This is Jim Smith managing
Newcastle United. Yeah.
And 3rd in the 2nd tier.
What was his best finish as Newcastle manager? 3rd in Div 2, 17th in Div 1, 20th in Div 1.
It's the Div 1, and it was 20th.
It is correct. His highest finish as Newcastle manager was bottom of the league. Well played, Jim. Oh, well played on your 20th position.
And thanks, Macca, for writing 17th in the chat, just to really.
Macca's in the house. So there you go. That is the quiz, which I win. Makes it 8-6 to you, but I'm clawing it back slowly but surely.
Yeah.
We've still got another 20 episodes to go before the end of the season. Don't worry about that. Yeah. It's plenty to be done.
So what episode is this?
30. This is 32.
Is that one 32. For every subscriber?
We're kind of up to 22 subscribers now, so nearly, not quite. Yeah. Right, okay, quick roundup of the games for this weekend then. Just got to get onto the BBC website.
I think you'd have a list, wouldn't you?
You'd think so. No, I had it open earlier, but when you asked me about the League One thing, I closed it.
Can I just interrupt things?
Yeah, go on.
Liverpool against Real Madrid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, go on. What's the score?
Liverpool were 2-0 up. It's now Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay, we have a quick whip through these games then. So just give us who's going to win. Who's going to win these games? So Everton Villa.
Draw.
All right. In fact, let's skip some of the rubbish ones. But Leeds, Southampton, battle of the bottom.
Oh.
Leeds second bottom, Southampton bottom. It's at Ellen Road.
Southampton will go there and win, won't they?
Do you think? I think if they do, Leeds are definitely down. That's then done, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
You can't lose to Everton one week and then Southampton the next week. Okay. Who else we got? It's an interesting game. Palace, Liverpool, mid-table clash.
Draw.
Big game on Sunday, or it used to be a big game, not so much anymore, but Tottenham, Chelsea.
I think that'll be a draw.
And that's it. You're done. It's going to be draw for all of them, isn't it? Final one then. Bournemouth, third from bottom against Manchester City, second from top. City need to win, but then so do Bournemouth.
Yeah, well, you can't see anything other than a draw, really, can you? No, I think
one or two. Go on, a draw. Yeah.
No, Man City will win that one 5-0. It'll be one of those where they get. It will be. It'll be one of those where they get like a couple of goals in the first 10 minutes, and then
they just romp it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was a good one. All right. Okay. Well, this has been Eat My Goal Premier League. If you enjoyed, we will have a quick chat about the comments. If you enjoyed this, then join us at 9:00 every Tuesday night. If you like the Portsmouth, join us at 8:30 because we're live at 8:30 for Portsmouth every night. What comments we've got going on here then? So 17th, 2 per subscriber. Any draws this week? Another Emerson Royal Masterclass incoming. So we're a big fan of Emerson Royal. Is it Royal or Royal? I don't know. Emerson Royal makes it sound like Pulp Fiction or something, doesn't it? Yeah. I'll have an Emerson Royal with cheese. No opinion on that. Was it Masterclass? I suppose he scored a bit of a.
Oh yeah, I guess you are talking. Sorry, I assumed you were talking to the person who made the comment, but I thought you were waiting for them to write back. Yeah, draw.
Oh, apparently it's Royally. This is not Royally, is it?
Oh, you can tell that's he's put royally rubbish, hasn't he? You can tell he's your son. You can tell he's your son.
With those gags. Right, on that note, we will wind up. So, like I say, if you want to get in contact, join us. You can watch this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. No one's watching on Twitter, I noticed, but there are some people watching this week. So, yay! Come back next week. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, Dan. Bye for now. Thanks for joining us, people, by the way. Thanks for watchers.
Bye.